I think qualifying exhibits
That was so 15 minutes ago.
Exhibits a different challenge than a race does. And I think that's interesting because it means that you have to make a choice. You have to compromise one to benefit the other in some ways. Yeah. And the fact that, and then the sprint weekends came in and then suddenly Brundle was like, oh, fantastic. Don't have to watch practice anymore. We can watch racing, which of course then means it makes that choice much more obvious to bias the race because there's more racing and therefore having a race trim is better than having a qualifying trim. Yeah. And Ferrari made this mistake at 22 because they had a phenomenal qualifying car, but then didn't have the race pace because they set the car up in the way that they set the car up. And I think the fact that you then have this, what feels like convergence in how sensible it is to set the car up for a race, it then just, and also the things like when they got rid of the rule about whatever you qualified out of Q2, you have to start on that tyre. Yep. Those kind of rules. You had to make choices. There had to be some conscious thought about it. Now it's just, there's no choice. And this is making it to me feel very, very repetitive.
So I actually like that rule.
I loved that rule. And I was gutted when they got rid of it.
The thing that gets me about that is that it goes against the qualifying is about outright pace, right? Because you are making a choice as to whether or not you are better in the race or not.
Yeah.
So
in qualifying.
Yeah. And
how about we bring in a few little points for qualifying? So less points than the obviously Grand Prix, but if you say had from like with the sprint race,
yeah,
I don't know, top 10 get if you go pole you get 10 points, blah blah blah.
Well, the sprint used to decide the Grand Prix grid when it was first introduced, and that was
which was pointless.
No,
because you then just ended up running. Then everyone's criticisms about Monaco being a train.
Yeah.
Then they then made a sprint race, which meant anything that was slightly out of place would get sorted out, and then you just drive around like that.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
Yeah. And actually, the one that gets me is the one that people throw around a lot is Lewis in Brazil, where it's like, oh my god, he came from last to win the race. No, he didn't. He came from last to finish 10th, and then went from 10th to finish first, and he did that in 1.5 Grand Prix.
Yeah,
with an absolute rocket ship engine.